welcome to Voices for Justice with Danielle.
On September 19, 1988, police recruit Timothy Shepard fell unconscious from dehydration during a training exercise. He later died on November 3, 1988.
Shepard was just 25 years old in 1988. He grew up with 5 siblings and a close-knit family. Newly married, he had a baby on the way and wanted to be a cop.
He was just an overall good guy. He did a lot of work at the volunteer at the Boys Club, worked at the Boys Club, worked with a lot of kids. People still remember him to this day. What a wonderful, coach, mentor he was.
At the time, he was working as a civilian for the Pittsfield Police. Shepard was accepted into the Agawam Police Academy, where they trained officers for regional departments. It was run by the Massachusetts State Police.
He was in top physical shape. He had actually prepared for it for probably a year. A lot of running, watching his weight.
September 19th was Shepard's first day of training.
I just remember how hot and humid it was. It was right around 4 o'clock, and they were running outside on the track in heavy gray sweat clothes. And at some point, my brother ran off to the side and sat down. Or he sat down. And people went over to assist him, and they were directed not to. Because, he wasn't strong. Oh, let him be. So at that point, he was in the sun, in the heat, no assistance. And from there, he went into convulsions and his organs shut down.
Suffering from severe dehydration, Shepard was taken by ambulance to Bay State Hospital, where he fell into a coma.
He got a liver transplant. He ended up in Pittsburgh. He never regained full consciousness.
He died less than 6 weeks later. More than a dozen other classmates also became ill and needed medical treatment.
Keep your back straight.
He was overworked and deprived of water. Yeah. He was abused and deprived of water.
Days after Shepard's death, an attorney general's investigation found a massive failure of the system that led to abusive training.
Just ineffective training, inhumane training.
30, hit it.
They're under the supervision and guidance of people they're supposed to trust. It was all the screaming to build you up so they could tear you down and start anew with that mentality of training. It's still in place. Had to take their lunches out, put them in the floor, stomp on them, and then had to find their own lunch. Totally ridiculous. The cycle needs to be broken. Yeah.
Now, decades later, the sisters say Enrique Delgado Garcia's death opened old wounds. The state police trainee died 2 weeks ago after a boxing training exercise.
This poor family should not be going through what they're going through. Another 25-year-old young man should not have died. And I really do hope that family finds out what happened.
An independent investigator is looking into the most recent death. As for the Shepard case, a judge held an inquest into his death and recommended that 3 state troopers be charged with involuntary manslaughter. The Attorney General refused to charge them.
There is obviously a systemic issue with the Massachusetts State Police. The lack of accountability perpetuates the abuse and misconduct, allowing it to continue.
Since his death, I want to give you a look at the wake right now. We've seen people pouring into this home right here for at least 2 hours. There's so many people inside. We spoke to one of the former co-workers of Enrique Delgado Garcia just a few moments ago.
He was a fantastic person.
Emotional moments inside the wake of State Trooper Enrique Delgado Garcia, as family and friends embraced while remembering the 25-year-old.
He was just a great person.
Delgado Garcia died after a defensive tactics training exercise at the State Trooper Training Academy in New Braintree.
You would have been the best state police officer there. I feel like that's why what happened to you, and it sucks.
Delgado Garcia worked as an advocate for the Worcester County District Attorney, so the state's DA named an independent investigator, David Mayer, to take over the case.
We all wish that the decision could have been made sooner to do it. We understand it was going to take some time to pick an independent counsel.
Worcester State Senators Robin Kennedy and Michael Moore are 2 out of the 3 senators who called for the state attorney general to appoint a special investigator until Delgado Garcia's death.
We're going to continue to work with the state police, with the outside investigators, do everything we can in our power to make sure they have the answers.
Hubo mucha negligencia.
Her heart tells her there was great negligence, and now she's calling for justice.
I just hope they hold somebody accountable for this because we could barely keep it together in there.
The call for justice strong tonight. You're taking a live look outside of the funeral home where the wake is taking place. We're told that the funeral for Enrique Delgado Garcia will take place tomorrow at 10:30, and he will receive the full honor of a state policeman.
Good morning, Rondella and Jen. The service will begin later this morning, and during that service, an honor guard will deliver an American flag to the Delgado Garcia family. The state police will play the drums and pipes. The air wing is also expected to fly. Now, at his wake yesterday, hundreds of family members, friends, and even strangers packed into a funeral home to pay their last respects. Members of the 90th Recruit Training Troop, of which Delgado Garcia was a member, arrived in uniform in his honor. Enrique's friends saying it was an honor to know him.
He was very well loved, well respected, passionate, had a lot of goals and ambitions in life. He was just overall a very good person.
Cameras will not be permitted inside the chapel for the funeral, which is expected to begin at 10:30 this morning. A state police honors ceremony will then be held outside the funeral home here after the service. The family is asking for privacy at the burial.
Sandra Garcia said her son, Enrique Delgado Garcia, always wanted to dedicate himself to helping others. When he told her he was interested in law enforcement, she said she worried for his safety, but as a family, they supported his dream. The last time she spoke to him, she caught him as he was leaving home at dawn for the State Police Academy, weeks away from graduating. The next time she saw him was in the hospital. She was told he was hit in the head and lost consciousness. She said all his teeth were broken and he had bruises on his body. Her heart tells her there was great negligence. As an independent investigator now takes on the case, she wants transparency. She wants to know what happened, because with so much damage done, she believes something strange happened. Enrique's stepfather, Jose Perez, says he will remember him as a warrior
Yo lo recordaré como un guerrero.
who fought until his final day for his values and his dream.
When will bad actors within the Massachusetts State Police be held accountable? When will the Attorney General actually file charges? Post your thoughts in the comments.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.